Terrible clap. Hey, friends.
I can't do it when I'm laughing.
Today's video is going to be an anti-haul, and I am here with my sister. We're going to talk about some products that I've seen on the internet. Libby hasn't seen much of it because she doesn't really pay attention to the internet as much as I do.
I just look at what Instagram usually like recommends that I look at by reading my mind, and it's usually wrong, but every once in a while it gets ya.
So if any of you have never seen an anti-haul before, I apologize. I'm sorry that you've been living under a rock for a year and a half.
I don't watch them.
I'm sorry she's been living under a rock. Well, the thing is, you don't watch YouTube in the same way that I do. You watch like America's Got Talent stuff.
I watch clips of shows that I would watch if I had cable.
Anti-hauls were actually started by Kimberly Clark here on YouTube. Go subscribe to her channel. She's amazing. It's a way to counteract the overwhelming consumerism that like gets thrown in your face all over YouTube, whether it's like unboxings or huge hauls or just like beauty influencers talking about all the newest things, and they're like, I want this and I want this and I want this, and you have to buy this and you have to get this, and oh my god, you can't live without this. So anti-hauls are the antithesis of that. Yep. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I have gathered up some things on my Instagram saved, and I've also just kind of asked Libby about things if there's things that she's seen. So she might just be like looking down at her phone at some fucking point in this video.
Yeah, I'll probably pull it out.
We're in the middle of a snowstorm here in Seattle.
It's great.
It's so fun.
Having the worst cabin fever of my life. Like, I am gonna force her to walk across the street to the karaoke bar.
No.
And yes.
Why?
Let's finish this video first.
Okay, fine.
Since we both have glasses of wine, we're going to start with this new release that Tarte came out with for Valentine's Day. I think it's very like Carrie Bradshaw, Sex and the City, tacky ass shit. I don't even know if there's like a collection name, but there's like lip gloss and brushes that are themed around wine. So they have,
which I could be about. Like, I think the
but
theme
like,
is...
I could do the theme. Like, the theme is something that could have been really cool, but they came out with these like weirdly shaped face brushes that don't look like they would be stored easily at all. Tarte's done this so many fucking times.
See, the thing about it is nowadays, now that I'm a little more organized, for somebody who keeps all of their makeup and brushes like in a container,
No.
that's ridiculous. But if you're the type of person that has enough space and like keeps their collection fairly like small, like where you like throw shit away a lot and you're like not...
You're not gonna buy this, that's the thing.
Yeah, I know, you're not probably gonna buy it. But I like the concept of just being able to set my brush upright so that if I wash it, it'll dry. At the same time, like that shit, like you're not gonna take that. What if you gotta
You're not
do
gonna
the
use it.
makeup?
You're not going to use it. That's the thing, is that this brush is not being sold as something for people to use, and that annoys me of just like selling things.
It's not functional.
As display pieces when they're things that should be functional.
Right.
Like, I'm all for like display pieces. I'm not somebody who like embraces minimalism. I have a lot of things and I like having things.
If you looked around my room right now, I've got shit
We
galore.
like things, but like if it's something that should be used as like a tool, make it usable, you know? Like, this is just stupid. And then like
Rosé is bae.
makes me want to die. It
What's
looks
the-
like kids makeup marketed to like 40-year-old ladies.
Yeah, it's a little much.
I don't need it and I'm
Move
not gonna
on.
buy it.
It's lame. It's whatever.
The next thing we're gonna talk about is this Kylie Jenner palette for Valentine's Day.
I think, just a side note, Kylie Jenner, I don't follow her. I literally have no idea what kind of things goes on in the Kardashian household or the Jenner household.
Yep.
But the one thing I bought into via Instagram advertising was that teeth whitening kit. I haven't used it lately because I haven't had a need.
And she advertised it?
Yeah, she advertised and like and like sponsored it, or like
You paid to advertise it?
yeah, I don't know. Sponsor it. Fuck it, whatever. I'll trust her on some vanity products, like really like
Teeth whitening.
Teeth whitening, like yeah. I mean, probably got high standards for that shit, so I bought it and
Or
it works.
high price points.
No, it's really affordable.
No, I mean the company paid her a lot of money to talk about it.
$50 for basically, I've gotten, I want to say at least 20 uses, and I have another 30 to go.
Okay. You're completely counterproductive.
Sorry, but I mean, if you...
Kylie's eyeshadow palette.
Kylie's products are always overpriced, and I've never really supported Kylie Jenner just in general. What annoys me about this palette is that all of the press photos look different. A lot of the shades, at least like the first half of the palette, is not something that anybody of color would like be able to use because it was either like too ashy or like too light. It's every palette that's come out in the last like year and a half. There's so many palettes that look like this. Why buy this because it's Kylie Jenner when you probably already have like 2 or 3 other palettes that look just like this? Sorry, Kylie. Don't need it. Not gonna buy it.
Why are you apologizing to her? She doesn't fucking care what you care.
Accurate.
Sorry, Kylie.
There you go. Next thing we're going to talk about. Actually, one person specifically asked me to talk about anything Marc Jacobs, and there's this palette that just came out called
That would entice me and it
Stiletto.
would look like shit on me.
It's called Stiletto, I believe is the brand, or the
gray.
Steel collection. There's been a lot of palettes that are opposite of this that have come out so people are kind of like really wanting this kind of steel grayish tones, but it's $49 for those 7 eyeshadows.
Well, they're not that big.
It's too expensive for what it is. I've never purchased anything from Marc Jacobs,
That
but
literally looks like Almay. And I don't know anything about makeup, so like you're comparing all of these like brands that I've never even fucking
you're
heard
like,
of.
it looks like
It
Almay.
looks like Almay, which says a lot if I can say it looks like something else.
For what you get, $49 is not worth it because it looks like there's 2 shades that are really, really similar. There's too many mattes that just don't look very special. It's too expensive. I don't need it and I'm not gonna buy it. Wow. Gray. I only heard about this because I believe somebody tweeted about Jeffree Star, like giving his stamp of approval or whatever. And this is the entire brand Copycat Beauty, which is endorsed. It's not Danielle Bregoli's makeup line, but it's endorsed by Danielle Bregoli, aka Bad Baby, aka
Catch me outside, how about that?
came out with endorsed a makeup line. All they do is dupe other products. All they do is copy other brands. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, making your entire brand identity based on the fact that you steal other people's ideas is so fucking stupid. And it pisses me off. The next thing is kind of related to something I mentioned in my last anti-haul, and it's this new Benefit. Well, they have new colors of the Hoola bronzer, and now they've come out with 2 darker ones that are just like slightly different, like they're just more bronzers. I commend them for actually coming out with a darker bronzer, like that's cool. But then it also has come out with these like cheek palettes called like Cheek Leader. Dumbass pun. It's exactly what I said in my last video. Benefit is just releasing like slightly different versions of things that they've already come out with and not actually coming out with anything like actually new.
Wow, that's so revolutionary.
They have no new ideas. I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it. Next thing, while Libby is looking on her own phone.
I'm trying to...
No, that's fine. No,
not
actually,
very-
I need to mention something that you're not gonna know anything about. The next...
All of these are things I don't know anything about. I'm just like...
The next thing I'm going to mention is something that's already been sold out, but I wanted to mention it at least briefly because I had a handful of people being like, Abby, are you going to get this? Oh my gosh, Melt Cosmetics. As you know, I love the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette and the Smoke Sessions palette, and I've been really, really intrigued by their stacks. They came out with the Blueprint stack, which was like a split pan stack, and it came with 4 little discs and 8 eyeshadows. But when I saw the packaging for it and I saw the fact they were doing like a very blue thing, I was really excited about it. Calm down for a second. I was really stoked about the blue aspect of it because like nobody had legitimately come out with like a all blue type thing that wasn't a very, very indie brand. So I was excited about it. And then when they released the 4 remaining shades and they were 4 browns, it was very disappointing. And I was like, you marketed it as this Blueprint thing that was gonna be all blue and it was just gonna be like blue everywhere.
I'm blue, I'll die.
Half of it wasn't even blue, and only 2 of the shades.
It just like mimicked you for a hot second.
half of the fucking shades weren't even blue, and only 2 of them were matte, and it was just like really
Matte?
dumb. They were all shimmery shadows.
Okay.
So there was nothing, it was just...
Blue eyeshadow gets you laid 3 to 4 times an hour.
Blue eyeshadow will get you laid 3 to 4 times an hour.
The part about that release that actually made me the most frustrated was I saw so many people posting on social media that when they got them, multiple shades were broken and shattered. And it's just like, Mel, have you not figured out how to fix your packaging problem and your pressing problem? Like, I had issues with the Smoke Sessions palette, and I've dealt with it, but the fact that they haven't fixed their problem yet is just annoying because so many people spoke out about it. Like, a lot of people got the Smoke Sessions palette that you've used a handful of times. That palette that they released, there were a lot of shadows that were coming that were broken.
Well,
and they're only available online, so they gotta fix their shit.
Oh, well, if they're only available online, that's
I think they have like a couple standalone stores, but they released this blue thing, and then a lot of people were getting this
blue eyeshadow
broken. So I'm not buying it, even though it's sold out, but I needed to make a statement about it.
Neither.
You neither. Do we want to talk about eyelash extensions?
Yeah, since that's the only thing that I have any like fucking opinion on. No, they're not extensions.
Oh, eyelash perms.
Extensions, those are tight. Like, do that.
Eyelash
But,
perms.
She asked me what I gave a shit about, and I didn't give a shit about anything. But the only thing that came to my mind was I was very concerned, I guess, by eyelash perms. Because that's like a lot of chemicals to put right next to your eyeballs.
Yeah.
And like, I get that curly eyelashes maybe are cool in theory, but as someone who has them, they're blonde as fuck, but they're very curly. They do nothing. They don't keep anything out of my eyes. I'm constantly getting things into my eyes. They are useless.
Yeah.
They're the most useless eyelashes in the world. So like, cool, they're curly, whatever. I can't see them when they're not wearing mascara because I'm blonde. But I just think that's a lot of chemicals to put in next to your eyes when there is a tool that was invented decades ago that
eyelash curler.
Yeah, that will accomplish the same effect in 10 seconds.
I feel like with these new services that beauty salons are offering, it's just creating more and more like of a need and more of a want for like people to do more things with their face.
Praise upon people that like to fuck with themselves in
Yeah.
terms of like, I like to dye my hair, I like to get piercings or tattoos, but I'm broke or I have a job that I can't do that. But, oh, I can perm my eyelashes. I can perm my eyelashes. I just want everyone who has straight eyelashes, who has like thought about or has permed their eyelashes in the past, like you don't need to.
Or embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace the straight lashes.
The straight lashes are cool. It's way easier to put wings on when your eyelashes aren't all fucked up and like curling back into your eyelid.
It sounds like a lot of money for something that's going to last you.
You are going to risk a lot for not a lot.
Well, and that's the thing with those services where it's like, oh, it lasts maybe like 3 weeks. So it's like you have to go back. It creates kind of like a I need to do this, kind of like it feeds into an addiction type thing. I don't need it. She doesn't need it.
Weird
like, do what you
shit
want
we
to
do to our face. Like, yeah,
but you
there's no
don't
need.
Need it. Do you know what I mean? We've been watching a lot of Love Island.
Mom said that there are 22 and a half inches.
Jesus Christ, there's so much snow.
Okay, what else can we look at?
Well,
Oh,
I have one more thing that I wanted to talk about.
eyeliner stickers. We can talk. Okay, let's just go to Huda Beauty because like
Libby fell down a rabbit hole
this
of Huda
gal
Beauty.
seems to be the weirdest one of all.
Yeah.
What other things can we anti-haul on this?
Well, while you look,
Why?
no, I have one that I wanted to talk about.
I just saw a video and I reacted. Sorry.
Oh, there was one more thing that I wanted to talk about while you're looking. Lush. Okay. Right?
Lush.
Are you surprised that I'm talking about Lush and
bitched
ANTIHAUL?
Are you mad about Lush?
There's something that Lush did that I'm annoyed at. Please don't do that. There's something that Lush did that annoyed me.
What did they do?
Somebody sent me on Instagram yesterday. Basically, it shows Mark Constantine,
Who's that?
the CEO of Lush.
Okay.
The sassy British man.
Okay.
In the perfume lab, testing out things for a collaboration with Zoella.
What is Zoella?
She's a YouTuber who has millions of subscribers and is known for releasing products that are cheap and essentially a scam.
Okay.
So well, I see why Lush is trying to branch out and like collab with influencers and work with people in the industry. Like, I get that. I get that most of their marketing is very like kind of organic and grassroots, and they're trying something different, which I can respect. But Zoella just seems like a really odd choice because she is so known right now for just like scamming teenagers out of money for like bullshit products. I know that because Lush is so transparent with their products and they're so transparent with all of their advertising and their marketing, I know that they won't, that like she won't be able to scam people out of things in the same way that she's done with her own releases, like her books and her fucking like advent calendar of things. What are you laughing at?
I'm like scrolling through things. I'm like, what can I talk about? What can I anti-haul?
Babies.
I can anti-haul babies.
We don't need to talk about babies. But with Zoella, it just seems like an odd choice for Lush to collab with her because she's actually losing subscribers right now. She's kind of losing a bit of her audience because a lot of people have kind of clued in on the fact that she like doesn't disclose sponsored posts and she scams people out of money. So that just annoyed the hell out of me that Lush decided to collab with Zoella when there's so many other people on this platform that they could have collabed with who are just like ethically more sound.
I'm trying to find things to anti-haul.
That you have beef
to haul
with.
against cats. Fucking anti-haul against cats.
ANTIHAUL this fucking snowstorm right now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, mostly cats. Sorry, guys.
Do you know that was a perfect segue into the next
Abby's
line of products that we're going to talk about? Too Faced.
Two Faces. Guys. I wanted to like zoom in on these
It's not going to. We have to do it manually, but it's fine.
Zoom in on the face.
Too Faced releases collaboration with Erica Jane, I believe her name is. I'm surprised I remembered it. She's like a Real Housewives lady, which I don't watch. Collabed with Too Faced for this Pretty Mess collection. Half of the products come with like warning labels for like
Sexual.
well, no, like,
innuendos.
yeah, and like bad language or whatever, which is just like explicit content. It has an eyeshadow palette called the Pretty Mess palette. They have a highlighter called How Many Fucks Do I Give? Which, like, that one I'm okay with. But the fact that Too Faced is marketed so towards young people, it annoys me. They have the Housewife lip liner, the Polite Lips lip kit, and the DSL lips.
Why?
Looking at the name DSL lips, it's kind of like ATM machine.
ATM machine.
Think about it. DSL lips.
Oh, it is.
Lips
yeah.
is try ATM machine. Like,
Lips.
that's just a peeve.
Redundant.
The palette is like really wonky as far as the packaging goes. Like, nothing is in a line. It's all kind of like jewels or whatever, just like scattered in a palette. The worst name
I'd feel like
product
a stripper putting that on.
is this glow all over body powder, which is kind of like the old Urban Decay ones or like the Fenty one, but it's called
That's what I think body powder is.
Pat the
Puss.
And you can't spell that correctly because it's gonna say pus. Sorry. If the person reading it knows that puss is also a word, they're gonna think it says Pat the Puss. You have an entire generation of people over the age of probably like 65 and under the age of 15 that are gonna be like, I don't get it.
Well, I don't think Too Faced target demographic is over the age of 65.
I know, but why alienate those demographics? I'd read it as pus every time I put it on.
Which is gross. I'm not against vulgar products. Like, I have
Dildos.
Dildos.
I was gonna say I have a blush called Deep Throat.
But why is it called that?
I don't know. I don't know why it's called that. NARS is a brand that has a lot of products that are scandalously
I feel like they
named.
need to call blush like what things actually like embarrassed, because that's what your face looks when you turn embarrassed. Sunburnt. Like slight chill, windburnt. Like all different shades of like what.
You might have an idea, sis. Like I said, I'm not against vulgarly named products, but this is just tacky. Like it's like there's nothing cool or classy or innovative or interesting about it. It's just like everything bad. Like it's boring color selection, it's annoying layout, it's tacky ass names, it's tacky packaging. It's just all around horrible.
I can like pull things out of my hat, like noggin, because I got a lot of things to say about that damn shit you find at Target, the Chip and Joanna Gaines like home goods line at Target, killing the very industry that made them famous, and they can suck a bag of, well, no, they're very nice people, but I think they're just being kind of dumb, and they are. Okay, so we've opened up this can of worms. I'll talk about it.
Okay.
So I watch a ton of HGTV because it's awesome, and if you don't like HGTV, then you're boring.
Anyway,
Yes.
so what about Chip and Joanna Gaines?
They are lovely people, but they got famous by buying cheap-ass thrift store, estate sale, barn sale shit, and then upcycling it and making it pretty and nice and new again. And that's awesome. That's fantastic. You should totally do that. You should still do that. You shouldn't go to the Target, because they're literally now making reproductions
of things that
basically got them where they are. Like the industry of like thrifting and like recycling and repurposing and going out and like finding a crazy old lady who's selling shit out of her garage. That's why they're as successful as they are, and now they're literally destroying that industry.
I mean, it goes back to the fact that Mom is an antique dealer, and she always has been since we were alive. And we appreciate a good thrifted household and good, like, just full of antique things that have lives already before we purchase them or just acquire them. Yeah, that's really dumb that they're creating like a Target line of things that are supposed to look like that they were upcycled.
Yeah, go to the Goodwill.
Make an activity out of it.
I mean, and it's so much cheaper.
It's not feeding into the consumerism, which is what they're doing right now. Let me know if you want us to do like a thrifting haul or like a thrifting, like upcycling, because Libby paints a lot.
The haul of thrifting could literally just be a 360 of my bedroom.
Of my entire house.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's all we wanted to talk about. That was a nice little like cherry on top that you added at the end about Chip and Joanna, because I've never talked about like home things. I've always talked about makeup stuff. And that brings in a new perspective, you know?
I'm a new perspective.
Shut up. What should the song of the day be today? I'll let you pick one.
Song of the day. I got a good one. So, it's a song I learned from my pastor.
What?
It's an important one, especially in these dire times that we're facing.
What?
It's a song I learned in middle school from my pastor, and it's important. Shut up.
I'm just confused.
So, the song of the day goes like this. Well, to preface, you have to sing it in the mornings, or usually in the mornings when you're grumpy and you don't want to be doing what you're doing. Like, you just want to be sleeping. When you feel like shit. When you're not motivated. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. I'm alive, awake, alert. I'm alert, awake, alive. I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. And literally, no matter how grumpy you were, if you sing those words out loud, you will be dying of laughter. Like, it will wake you up because you were like, why the fuck am I singing this song? So that is the song of the day because I did not want it today to happen.
Thanks for enlightening us, Libby.
Shouts out to Pastor Paul.
Let me know anything that you're anti-hauling right now in the comments below. I'll leave Libby's Instagram in the description below. Because people like you, Libby.
My
sometimes.
Tinder would disagree.
But anyway.
But if you want to follow me, it is, she'll tell you what it is.
It's Libby420 on Instagram.
I'm a mysterious woman.
Thanks to my subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. You're awesome. Thanks to my patrons. You guys are
I
great.
don't know what Saeed said.
There Libby goes, just on Tinder.
Tinder.
Thanks for joining, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Happy winter. Happy Valentine's Day.
See you
Happy
my next-
Valentine's Day.
Happy Singles Appreciation Day. or
Black History Month. Happy. What
Today's
else is
President's
there?
Day.
If you're in Bellingham, it's Happy Boomiewary. If you're in... From now on, that should be a thing in all of your videos. You should look up what holidays are happening that day.
Happy.
That'll be my thing. So you only will get to hear about the weird holidays when I'm in the video.
Well, but yeah, but that assumes that I'm gonna upload a video on a certain day.
Every day is a holiday. You
Well, I
just
know,
don't
but you
what
can film
weird
it, you can
effing-
say it, and then it won't be the same day.
Whatever.
Okay, we're gonna go now. Bye.